Finally going back to Trailblazer POV. We've got to be getting close to the end. If we end up hitting the 4-hour mark, then... God, this is going to be a really long thing. We've already been playing for about 9 hours at this point. Why are we going this way? Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, right. Because I just realized I'm dumb. We're currently playing through Kremnos, but in the past. I completely forgot that's why we're here.
Nikador. They're still locked in battle. The battle is still raging. I can feel the intensity even from here.
Wish I can go and help them. We have our own battle to face. At least we know they're still alive.
We'll only be able to help them once we've seen our own mission through. Mem! Mem.
Oh wait, we're not in the past yet? Oh, come on.
Mem. Mem.
Past I recreate. Why couldn't we warp to this spot?
Mem.
Memory complete. Give me fragments. Past recreate. I will. Fragments complete. Memory appear. Past entrance. Open.
Is that the gate to the past? Let's go, miss. We will unravel Nikador's secrets together.
I'm surprised that you're even able to go with me, to be honest. This power feels like it would be exclusive to us. This is Castrum Kremnos, but in the past, eh?
Castrum Kremnos. So this is how it looked like before Aglaea closed their eyes.
Where should we start searching?
We should first figure out which era we've traveled back to. The memory fragments we gathered from Mem all point toward the final stage of the Chrysos War. We might be able to use that as a starting point for our deductions.
So are we like before the war took place? Oh, so this is what it feels like to be a time traveler.
It's quite intriguing indeed. But Castrum Kremnos is no leisure spot for tourists. We shouldn't draw unnecessary attention to ourselves.
But we both
Let's
stand
start
out
with the
a
city's
lot.
surroundings. We might be able to gather some clues by listening and observing. Under all this resplendence is the distinct stench of
Return.
death.
Illusions of the
But
past.
even the most magnificent of deaths can never be sweet.
That's funny. Let's redeem some of our eternal lands. Promise friend, summon men. Deus ex Orphilo. Use an ally character Aglaea to summon a garment maker. $300. Trade 1,000 scars for 100 lives for the most glorious death. Bobbing spider threads. Bid farewell to Kafka and the non-existent memory. Return. Illusions of the past. tread on the path of remembrance. Ever-burning amber, tread on the path of preservation. Red to red, white to white.
Hello?
Anyone home? Is he hard of hearing?
What is it?
May I ask if you're here to join the competition?
Competition? No. I have no interest in meaningless sports.
Really? Me
So,
neither. I don't like sports all that
You're
much.
here for Nikador's festival?
Utterly foolish.
What a cranky
The
guy.
war has left its mark on many from this period. So please don't take it personally.
Crown Prince, Chrysosaur, what a joke! Mydeimos is just a coward. Those who deserted Kremnos...
That's a familiar
shame
voice.
upon the Lance of Fury. Despicable traitors will never bask in glory again.
Is that Alejandro Saab just doing a Scottish impression? A Scottish, like, accent?
But Mydeimos is undoubtedly the mightiest warrior among us. Who else can we turn to now that he's gone?
What nonsense are you spouting? King Eurypon, the rightful ruler of Castrum Kremnos, has not fallen. He still stands firm in this city and has never given up on awakening the great titan. As long as we remain steadfast at his side, we'll reclaim our former glory and sow bloodshed and conquest amongst our foes.
King Eurypon.
King Eurypon.
Right, of course. The people of this time wouldn't know the fate of that old king yet.
What
He
fate?
was killed by Lord Mighty.
Mydeimos. Those people sound furious.
They are entitled to that rage. Because Lord Mighty was once the hero of Castrum Kremnos. But he did not leave out of cowardice. It was, in fact, a courageous choice. With that, we should have enough to determine the time period we are currently in.
Cool, we know when we are.
Finest weapons for sale! Come take a look! The sharpest blades in all of Kremnos.
I doubt that.
Gladiator swords, maces, and bucklers
Ooh,
crafted by
maces.
the grand craftsman Coreflame himself. Ha ha! Looking to breeze through your foes at the Kremnos festival? Huh. I've got the best weapons right here for you.
I already have a bat. Are these really crafted by Coreflame?
I'm as honest a merchant as they come. Those boorish warriors know nothing about quality gear. Ah, but you're not like them. With your air of sophistication, you must be a noble from one of the grand city-states, right? Here, let me show you what I have in stock.
Look at Castorice. This could be a scam.
The craftsmanship of a weapon reveals the time period it's made. We can afford to take a quick look.
Dull Kremnos shield. Relatively small great shield. Great sword of Kremnos. Steel clawed dagger. With faded patterns. I mean, I might as well. Credit, sir.
Miss, much as we're in a memory of the past, impulse buying is still an undesirable behavior.
Shush!
You're quite the high roller. Thank you, and please come again.
May I take a look at that weapon, miss?
Alright.
I've seen enough. Let's go, miss.
Leaving already? Don't you want to browse through my other wares? Well then, come back anytime. If you make it through the festival today.
Alright, how much did I get scammed for? What was that just
Those
now?
weapons reek of blood. He made an effort to conceal it, but traces of death aren't something you can easily erase. I shudder to even consider where he got his goods from. He didn't lie about the weapon being one of Cartonis' handiwork, though. Thanks to its inscription, I now have a fairly good guess of the time period we're in.
Cool, care to share any of that information with me?
It's a scroll written in the common tongue. We should see what it's about.
Festival notice. At the action hour of the month of blank day X, Kremnos Arena will hold a grand ceremony in commemoration of Nigador and pray to Castor Kremnos' prosperity. Strife, Titan of 5 virtues. Unfearing is the blade of the throat, manifesting views current, unyielding, unblinking, unbending, undaunted. Spirit of Gladiatorial Festival. Its warriors, all Kremnos, valor, and full Castor. Festival is a raucous affair, eagerly awaiting a surge warriors. So it's just before the festival.
Courage, honor, reason, tenacity, sacrifice. Nigador did live up to these values in his prime, but now... Kremnos seems to be hosting a festival where its victor can go on to have an audience with the ruler and be bestowed with honor. It's just as Mr. Damionis described.
Ooh, do you think we'll run into Mr. Damionis here then?
If we can pose as participants, we might be able to get into the city. Let's run through everything we know so far, Miss. Lord Mighty has gone to seek refuge in Akama with some of his people. Old King Euripon still reigns, though Nigador has fallen into a slumber. And Castrum Kremnos is now gathering warriors from all over in preparation for their festival. It seems that we've traveled back to the last years of the Chrysos War, a time when Castrum Kremnos grappled with both internal strife and the Titan's waning divinity.
You have a plan in mind? Talk is cheap. Let's charge in.
That's too risky of a plan, and I might even become a burden to you.
Ow.
The safest bet is to play by the rules. They happen to be hosting a festival in the city. We can try entering as participants? Let's make our way into the city first. We can then wait for the right opportunity to strike. When it comes down to it, I will take care of Nigador's kin.
Sure.
That should be the place to sign up.
This should be an easy cakewalk, right?
Oh, such a pity. Those 3 warriors were so close to completing the trial, to emerging as victorious Kremnoan warriors, and to earning an audience with our glorious King Euripon.
Oh, how glorious may he reign. Long live the king.
And yet, they collapsed at the final hurdle. The fury-eyed Praetor swiftly hacked them down, reducing them to mere mincemeat. May Nigador recognize their valor and embrace their heroic spirits. Next! Do we have any more warriors ready for the challenge? King Euripon awaits, longing for the first brave soul to survive and stand before him.
Alright, I got a bat. This competition sounds pretty brutal.
This was a time when life was valued far less than bread.
Yikes.
People hardly bat their eyelids at the savagery and death that had become commonplace.
Oh, does no one have the courage to take up the challenge? Are you not prepared to wager your glory and set your lives ablaze under the splendor of Kremnos?
Let me through.
Hey, that's the guy from earlier.
Why, it's you again, inarticulate fool. Unarmed, and yet you dare to think you can join the Kremnos festival? That's an insult to the Lance of Fury. I've told you before, this is a trial for 3. This is a trial that requires 3 people. If you can't even gather enough comrades to stand by you in life and death, it's time you went home and took up herding.
Well, I think I figure out why they introduced us to that random guy earlier.
Let me through.
So you're not just inarticulate, but also hard of hearing. Keep up this act of nuisance, and I'll be sure to show you how uncivil we can get.
Teams of 3. Miss, this might be our chance. We can enter the city with him.
Huh?
Sign me up.
Who are...
You two.
I see what this is. As you wish. Good for you. You now have allies to court death with. Come on up here, fool. The adrenaline-pumping scenes are becoming a bit tiresome, so adding a wildly mismatched interlude would make for a refreshing change and spice things up.
Man. I hate this bitch.
Let the trial begin, then. Your only goal is to survive. As long as you still hold the breath of life, you'll either triumph over every trial and claim worldly glory, or leave your soul in Kremnos to become fuel for strife.
Have
Stakes are high.
faith, Miss. Lord Finon and Lord Mighty are still fighting. We must match their unwavering resolve.
Can we enter now?
How much you want to bet the guy in disguise is actually Mydeimos?
Eager to meet your demise? Very well then. Let the trial begin. Give me your names, warriors.
Can.
Castorice.
Gnaeus.
Gnaeus.
Castorice, Gnaeus, and another.
Oof.
It is an honor to see your true faces revealed by the radiant glow of the Blade of Fury. In the name of the 5 virtues of Nikador, courage, honor, reason, tenacity, and sacrifice, stride through the holy city's gate and embrace your fate!
I'm kind of surprised that reason is one of his 5 virtues, considering that's a separate Titan's jurisdiction.
May your courageous souls satisfy Nikador and fuel the conquests of Kremnos!
Lord Gnaeus, may I ask what is it you are fighting for?
Fighting needs no reason. I seek only to crush foolishness.
Really? To Strife, praise Nikador.
They have fewer guards than I expected. I thought we'd be greeted with something more intense.
Absorbing formalities before aggression. Now that's a thoughtful approach. Do these battle-hardened people also have a taste for puzzles?
Meaningless. Why stall those charging for death's door?
Death is not part of our plan, Lord Gnaeus. We should work on solving the puzzle they've set for us. Look, there are 2 braziers on that wall. Could they be some sort of hint? And those mechanisms protruding from the ground. Should we attempt to activate them?
Check. Light braziers.
Prophecy tablet. Let's make use of the tools here to solve the puzzle.
Pressure mechanism. Put orb on thing. Makes sense to me. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's do that. Does it light the brazier?
Look, we lit the brazier.
You seem quite familiar with these devices.
Huh? They're all over Amphoreus.
Kremnos.
Onyx.
What's...
Oryx.
Crumble,
Wakespan.
The Titan's creations. When did they become
So weak. Turn the base.
weak?
Interesting. Show it to that silly child.
There we go.
The gate has opened, as expected.
A
All right.
meaningless challenge to erode the patience of warriors.
I'm kind of with Gnaeus on this one, to be honest. If this is supposed to be a spectacle, where's the audience watching this from? Is this being streamed live to Twitch?
Barricades. We must find a way to remove them.
Looks like we gotta use the
Could it
hand.
be a challenge that requires us to use the hand of Zagreus? Let's get closer and find out.
Why does this require a team of 3? Punch? Interesting. Death of metaphysics. When each hand of Zagreus is activated for the first time, the trial of whimsy will open for you, in which you need to control the hand to collect coins of whimsy generated nearby. Coins of whimsy you can... Alright.
Zagreus, the embodiment of all things despicable. Their legacy reduced to mere playthings for humans.
This is a lot more destructive than I expected. Was this giant hand really used for thievery in the past? The way ahead is now clear. Lord Gnaeus, before we move on, there's something we must explain to you.
You're not here for this foolish competition.
How did you...
You've been fighting to suppress your true thoughts within you all this while. You cannot deceive me.
Who is Gnaeus?
I know you have no care for that fatuous king's contrived glory. You can keep your motive to yourselves, so long as you stay out of my way.
What is your motivation?
I've said it before. To obliterate the deeply entrenched roots of foolishness within Kremnos.
Now the true challenge begins. This is where it gets difficult.
Meaningless forestalling. They are meant to taste defeat on the battlefield. Deter us further, and I shall send them to Thanatos!
That name struck a nerve.
It's not every day.
Wait.
Got a crick in your back?
Hush. Listen.
Looks like I've hit the jackpot this time.
I hear it now. That's...
Pretend you did not hear anything. Act oblivious. We'll find a way to make him come out of hiding. Stop at the next turn. If there's an assassin, we'll take care of him right there.
Alright. Wait for the voice from behind them approach.
Keep quiet.
They sure are quick on their feet. One bag won't be enough to hold everything.
Hey, it's the merchant. This is where he's been getting the bloody weapons.
After this haul, I shouldn't have to scrounge for leftovers for the next few days. If only this festival could go on longer.
Now.
Oh. That's why all of your
Yeah.
weapons reek of blood.
Well, I can explain myself. You see,
Looting the arena like a despicable lowlife.
Prepare to meet Thanatos, thief.
No! Stop!
Don't do it, Lord Gnaeus. This isn't right. Please, let him go.
Turn around, girl. Look at the corpses of those we crushed. You can cut down warriors without a second thought, yet you show compassion to this scum.
Non-combatants and whatnot.
Give me a reason. Show me you're not as dumb as those ignorant fools.
Because he still knows how to fear death. Despicable or scum he may be, but he doesn't deserve to die here, nor become a sacrifice to the hand of Shadow. It is the darkest force in this world, and if left unchecked, all light will be consumed. To answer your question, it is never the desire to kill that drives me to wield a sword, but rather the fear of death.
Interesting.
Get lost, scum. Consider yourself lucky today.
Thank you! You won't see me around this city again! I promise!
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Your mercy is appreciated, Lord Gnaeus.
Make no mistake. This is simply a commendation for your courage, not a sign that I agree with your ideas. If I understand you correctly, you must have overcome tremendous fear to dare to stand in the way of my soul. This trial isn't over. We should keep going.
We're still approaching that 4-hour mark.
It's the same mechanism. We need to ignite the two braziers to unlock the way forward. Let's clear this trial together, miss.
It just keeps going.
The platform on the right is missing an iron ball. Do we have to summon a miracle for it to appear?
If you need to use, like, Orynyx's miracles, I don't know how they expected anyone to do these challenges.
One more to go.
This challenge is actually physically impossible for the average warrior. 2 down.
That should have done it, right?
Should
Let's
have.
recover the miracle from the tome, miss.
I wonder what these symbols are that get rid of the black tide. Ah, because it was lit in the past, not the present. That makes sense. If we pushed one boulder down in the present, why was it still down there in the past? Okay, let's just kill these two guys because they're in the way. And then along came Zeus. There we go.
Are there others who made it this far?
I doubt it.
Never underestimate those who step into this arena. They are skilled and courageous beyond measure.
Yeah, but do they have Orynyx's powers to solve the puzzles?
Brave one, step forth.
Leo!
You This is salvation.
Nice, it's my day, isn't he?
Brave one. Oh, brave one. Come closer. Let me get a good look at you. Are you calling out to me, Lion? That's right. I am. You have an unusual aura about you. I have not seen such a blazing soul in a very long time. The blazing star of Castrum Kremnos has drifted far from us. All that remains is a dim candle on the verge of being extinguished.
Ooh, I think I figured it out. So this is my day, and he's here to kill King Europon. Is that my day?
I think you're right.
The aging and feeble king is plotting something unspeakable. One that seeks to defile Nikador's divinity, their soul, and the legacy they left to Kremnos. We need salvation. We need a champion to reignite our hope. I did not come to save anybody, Old Lion. I'm here to answer a call. To crush greed and foolishness once and for all. Perhaps that's what we desperately need. Forge on then, warrior. Heed the call. I am elderly and weary.
What statues become elderly?
And pray for your victory in every battle encounter.
Lord Gnaeus, the calling you're heeding.
Comes from the depths of this city. We're close.
Should have just killed it.
Show no mercy.
I'm gonna edit so many of these battles out. There's so many of them. I think they heard that people were complaining about the lack of combat in Penacony, so they gave it to us in spades in this one.
A few more days to my wake span. Such carnage. Whose desires does this festival truly serve?
A beast that has lost sight of its target, and is now guided only by its innate bloodlust.
Lord Gnaeus, now that we're at the very heart of Castrum Kremnos, it's time to let you in on our goal here. While we do not expect you to work with us, we do not wish for conflict either.
Speak.
We came here to find a way to destroy Nikador. We received intel that the Titan of Strife had lost their reason and is now trying to create an immortal vessel for themselves. If we do not stop them now, they will pose a grave danger to the future generations of Amphoreus.
Grave danger, you say? Our goals are not in conflict, girl. Find the Titan, and we can both get what we came for.
Nice. Will we have to battle them?
I smell fear. You're scared.
The souls of the sacrificed are still wandering this hall. I hear their endless bemoaning. Their senseless deaths have left them wronged. Their mournful wails echo endlessly. Perhaps I can learn something from their cries.
Well, that sounds morbid.
Reveal yourself, O warrior spirit. I know that you have yet to rest. I ask for you to guide us. Let us see what you once gazed upon. Let us hear what your ears once heard.
You can rouse the dead?
No. I can only summon souls that haven't fully passed on. O ye who cannot rest in peace, tell us, what have you heard?
Do we really just leave them like that? The putrid stench of decay here is almost too much to bear.
Yes. Didn't you hear? This is part of the ritual. We need to offer up sacrifices to the Titan.
Keep the challengers coming and have them fight till the end. Only by letting Nikador revel in the chaos of war can we control their descent into madness.
Fabricating a spurious war in an attempt to calm the Titan. Nikador has indeed lost their will.
This barbaric method of theirs clearly proved to be effective. The soul can reveal even more to us.
You okay?
What's wrong, girl?
Guiding souls takes a lot of energy. But I'm fine, Lord Gnaeus. Oh, restless soul.
You okay?
Tell us, what have you heard?
How much longer is this festival going to last? What is King Euripon waiting for?
Be patient, for our plan is still underway. Sealing a Titan soul is no easy endeavor. The priests are already working as fast as they can.
Priests captured from other city-states. Who can guarantee their loyalty? I say we punish one of them so they know to behave.
Sealing a Titan's soul.
We already knew that.
Could it be the sword vessel in Lepos's ballad? The one that Cartonus crafted himself?
Foolishness. Perhaps now you begin to understand the weight of that term.
So Nikador is at their
They
mercy.
are fighting against the unseen. They have no time for the folly of mortals. Cowards. They are afraid of losing their faith and guidance.
Lord Gnaeus, you seem to know a lot about that Titan.
The whispers I'm hearing may very well be from Nikador themselves.
They're beckoning to us from the other side. Continue to guide us through, O wandering soul.
She gonna fucking fall down, isn't she?
I need to last till the next one. Lost souls, tell us.
This was... Do you need a break?
I'm fine, miss. There's no need to worry. Lost souls, tell us, what have you heard?
Have you heard? King Eurypon's advisors are coming up with a plan to launch an all-out attack on Akama.
With just a handful of soldiers we have, they're absolutely out of their minds.
Yeah, they are.
That's the long-term plan. Our priority for now is still to complete the God King's project.
So their plan to attack Akama was conceived that long ago?
I knew it.
Lord Gnaeus?
I've long suspected that you two are not from here. No, not just that. You're not from this era. Is it Oryx? No. They would not be capable of such power.
Yikes, our cover's blown.
Calm yourself, miss. I believe he has no ill intent toward us. Your guess is correct, Lord Gnaeus. We are not from this era. Someday in the distant future, a mad Nikador will drive our companions and our homeland to the brink of destruction. The reason we came back here is to find a way to prevent Amphoreus from falling to its doom.
Their madness will last for thousands of years. The destruction created by human folly is more than anyone could imagine. It so happens that we have the same goal.
Fate is a funny thing, isn't it?
The souls are still lingering here. Let us keep going.
You need to take a break.
Don't push yourself.
We're almost at the end. I can sense it.
Dude. Easy.
It was easy the last time I was awake.
Oh, this is actually the path. I thought it was just a treasure chest. Okay, keep going. Haha, sucker. Ow, now I'm the sucker. You get back here, you little bastard. I'm so close. Probably still one of the most annoying enemies in the game.
Let's play for a while.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Oh, restless soul.
You okay? Why don't you take a break?
I'm fine, miss. Lost souls. Tell us, what have you heard?
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. Their divinity was split into 5 parts, but we're missing one fragment.
What is that?
Oh God, Kate, where did you lose your reason? We will keep searching for it. We must find it.
I never knew ferrying souls stuck in limbo could bring this much pain. If only death didn't exist in this world. That way, they wouldn't have to linger here. And I wouldn't have to suffer.
You don't have to listen to these spirits any longer. We've learned enough from them now. The people of Kremnos have tampered with Nikado's soul in some way. What we need to do is find the place of their blasphemous act. Stay strong. We have not reached the end yet.
I'll be fine. Just give me a few moments. Let me send this lost soul into the gentle embrace of death. The other side is beckoning to you. Go on, lost soul. rest in peace. That will do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I am sorry that you had to witness my earlier outburst.
I understand your pain, child. But you need to set it aside for now.
Alright.
We are nearing the place where they cast and cut the souls. It is likely no one survived this far in the festival. Stay alert.
I don't know, the fact that there was a heroic spirit there makes me question that.
The Titans can... Be careful.
Warrior. Entry forbidden. Has it lost its sanity? What a woeful creation. I shall put it out of its misery. Split. Soul. Indestructible. Body.
I'm starting to think that his soul is in the giant floating sword. Although I think I said that already, to be honest.
Let's put... Can you find the answer? That's it?
The dice bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Is it dealt with?
No, I doubt it'll be that simple. Split. Soul. An experiment.
What do you mean?
King Europon wanted to strip Nicodor of his divinity and seal it within an intricate vessel for all eternity. That's how he would immortalize Nicodor's divine body. Of course, he had to test it out on a Titankin before going on to remold the Titan.
Are you so sure about it?
The answer is very simple. Because the fragments of Nicodor's soul are sealed in these statues. The calls that I've been hearing are coming from them. As long as we reassemble their soul and unite their divine core, they will recover their dignity as a Titan. You will then have a chance to triumph over them in battle. Indestructible body.
We finally found the root of everything.
Alright.
I'll find a way to stall it. To Titankin that have lost all reason, death is as intoxicating as nectar is to bees. Please, you must find a way to make Nicodor's soul whole again. It is only by fixing this point in history that we can salvage the future of Amphoreus.
So we're in a memory. Can we actually affect the present? Or is all of this just technically in the past? Like an illusion? We can tap into the power of time again.
Let's see what you can do, Delver of Memories. Unbelievable. This dark and derelict place. Is this the future of Kremnos? The resonance between you...
I can barely believe it myself.
You and Oryx must be strong. Much time has passed, yet the Titan's soul remains fragmented. That covetous king and his servants would have turned to dust by now. Their scheme that once unfolded here has likewise been buried with them. You and I are both here to bring an end to this absurdity. So join me, comrade. Let us bring death onto that Titan. The sounds of battle. That's...
From the time dimension... From a time dimension very close to ours.
So...
My companions are fighting Nicodor.
There are mortals who fight against fate, even in this hopelessly bleak era. I am impressed. But strength alone will not help them destroy an immortal body. That's why you and that girl went back in time seeking answers. Courage. Honor. Tenacity. Sacrifice.
Reason.
Reason. There are only 4 soul-forged statues here. If they did split Nikador's divinity into 5 parts, there is still one fragment of the soul that is missing.
Let's just start with these first.
Agreed. Come, help me piece together Strife's divinity.
Soul forging ceremony. Insert the giant swords into the statues at the base. Okay.
I can hear. I hear it. A part of Nikador's divinity is sealed within this.
Cool, what do we do about it? We use Ornyx power, as always.
We shall hereby seal the God King's courage within this sword vessel. A testament that they have never once retreated from a battle. Even against the formless black tide from beyond the dense fog, they alone have raised their sword and faced the enemy head-on.
If you say so.
Nikador's courage. Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body. The voices are starting to pour in.
Something's still missing here. Perhaps you should try the Handed Daggers just for the statue's base.
We shall hereby seal the God King's honor within this sword vessel. A testament that they have never plunged
down.
their divine
3 to go.
lands into an enemy's back. Even when enemies close in from all sides, they have never conceded to evil schemes, fiercely guarding the warrior's dignity.
Except what they're doing right now in particular.
Nikador's honor! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
I'm gonna have to edit this down so damn much.
I am listening. Go on. Tell me your tale.
Orb.
We shall hereby seal the God King's tenacity within this sword vessel. A testament that their will is unyielding in the fight against the calamity of unknown origin. No matter how powerful the Black Tide may be, enough to corrupt the wills of other gods, they stand tall and upright in defiance of the turbulent fog, even till today.
Nikador's tenacity! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
Divinity exists within this statue. Tell me everything that happened here.
Got a hand of Zagreus again.
We shall hereby seal the God King's sacrifice within this sword vessel. A testament that their final words before sinking into dormancy were a vow to defend the world against the Black Tide. They used their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of
Very,
madness.
very elaborate
They are
ritual.
acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to conquer.
Nikador's sacrifice! Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body!
Well, that's his reason. Where could the missing fragment of divinity be?
I was wrong all this while. The final fragment of divinity was never lost. I believe I know where it is.
It's you, isn't it? Time for a decisive
Lord
battle with
Gnaeus.
Nikador.
Are we almost there?
Yes. There is just one last thing to do. No one knows when the Black Tide first appeared beyond the distant horizon. But when it slowly encroached upon Amphoreus' borders, Nikador was the first Titan to venture forth. During the battle against the Black Tide, their sanity began to slip away. In their prime, the Titan could obliterate an entire archipelago with a single slash.
That's an impressive slash.
Yet they could not sever the root of this corruption. They battled the Black Tide by sheer will alone, but ultimately succumbed to it. Before their divinity could be completely corrupted, they removed a part of it.
Could it be?
The fragment of divinity that they stripped away. The fragment they wanted to preserve the most was reason. The Titan believed that their reason would someday respond to their calling, to return to their body, and fulfill their sacred mission.
Gnaeus is an anagram of reason? Kind of, sort of, not really, no. Are all of these versions of you from the past? You're part of Nikador.
All of these. They're...
They represent countless failed endeavors. With your help, I can finally put an end to everything.
Lord Gnaeus, what do you intend to do?
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. They are all versions of me. Hearing the murmurs of these soul fragments has led me to a conclusion. Nikador's soul is corrupted beyond the point of salvation.
What can we do then?
There is only one option. The seal that binds their divinity is already broken. As long as we complete the soul forging here, Nikador will be whole once more. You will go into battle with a Titan nearly at the zenith of their powers. And when that happens, the glory of slaying a god will also be presented before you.
What about you, Lord Gnaeus?
I will return to where I came from, and become a part of Nikador's divinity once more. In all likelihood, I will also be consumed by corruption. An inevitable course of action, if we hope to end this madness.
You are willing to sacrifice yourself for a future you won't get to witness.
This is my purpose. My origin. I am no mortal, and I do not fear death. Even so, Will you still weep for me?
Yes.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Gnaeus.
Well, we haven't known each other for long. I have learned much from you. In return, I'll teach you a lesson of mine before I go. Do not detest your talent, and do not abhor death. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent, because all things eventually fade to dust.
True. A journey is only a journey if it ends. Speaking of ends, how close to the end are we?
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world. What an irony.
Civilizations only grow under strife. Humans instinctively loathe suffering. Yet suffering is the only thing that teaches them to stand unyielding and tall.
Can't put this off any longer. I will do as you wish.
She knows what it truly means to go to battle. Perhaps she can be your inspiration. If you die by my lance, then there's no need to reflect on what I said. But if you should send me to my grave, promise me that you will use my Coreflame to fuel a roaring blaze and continue the fight against the Black Tide.
We shall create a new world.
On
Blackjack.
behalf of all the Chrysos
Hookers.
heirs, I promise you.
I am Nikador, the Lance of Fury, the messenger of turmoil, and the embodiment of strife! Remember this! I am the scar that this world needs!
Oh, that just gave me chills. That was so good.
What? They've returned!
That's so cool.
Best me!
That was badass. Final battle is now. It took us like over 10 hours, but we're here.
It's incredible. Well done on them. I was prepared to fight till the end of time.
Well, the end of time is now. Character's soul been
That's
extracted.
it.
Reducing HP of the Conqueror or Conquered restores the corresponding character's maximum restorable HP.
Can you find the answer?
Alright, this is gonna take a while.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in. Now watch your head.
No amnesty for them.
Since you've overcome the curse of immortality, destruction shall be your reward.
Follow my charge.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
I wonder if I can shatter his armor at least one more time. We're still only on the first phase.
Here is thunder.
Watch your head.
You can't hurt me. I promise you, Lord Gnaeus. Your nightmare will be over soon. Do you admit this crime?
Come on! Bring an end to Strife! Once and for all!
Brace yourselves.
Here we go.
This strike can obliterate worlds.
Watch your head. It's on me.
Show no mercy. Victory is at hand. Time for the final blow.
Here we go. Cutscene time. Really, please don't crash the game right there. Please don't crash the game right there. Sword, it's shooting. Oh man.
No longer must one wield a sword. From here on, the world shall no longer know strife.
Who got the final blow?
It's finally over.
Thank God.
Nikador's Coreflame.
Time passes quickly. It's been a long time since the last Titan fell.
So that's what a Coreflame looks like? Interesting.
Now that the Lance of Fury is no more, we Chrysos heirs are one step closer to the Genesis, as foretold in the prophecy.
The silence here is stifling. The city feels so unfamiliar now that its Titan is gone.
You've exchanged thousands of blows with them. Your ears are probably just not used to this peace and quiet.
True.
What's next?
I have an agreement with the Titan. The Chrysos heirs will take away their Coreflame and use it to start a bright blaze that'll illuminate our path onward.
You spoke with Nikador.
We did. They were protecting the world from something. There was something out there that sent them to madness.
Something out there? Please. I need to know what it is.
Whatever it is, it's what's causing the black tide of madness.
Not now, Lord Mighty. I'll tell you everything once we return to Akama.
No, don't blue balls me now.
Aglaea mentioned that someone must touch the Coreflame and absorb it to become its temporary receptacle. Mighty, do you...
This honor is yours.
That was a long pause.
Isn't it something you've been longing for?
But you're more deserving of it. You sustained all these new wounds from fighting them.
If you have any idea how exhausting it is to fight a protracted battle, you should know that pointless arguments are the last thing I want to get into now.
Fair. You've earned a nap.
A little back and forth wouldn't hurt much. Coming to a decision so easily makes it seem like this is not at all a life-changing undertaking, you know? Come with me then, Coreflame. The vortex of Genesis is awaiting your return.
Are you alright, Phynon?
I don't think I felt anything at all. Or rather, it felt a lot easier than I expected. I had assumed that bearing the Coreflame would take a lot more out of me.
So are you a demigod now? Is that how this works?
In any case, let's return to Akima and share news of our victory with the two demigods.
Oh yeah, Mem, you're still here.
Mem.
Leave friend? Return together? Aren't you coming with us, Castorice? I will always remember Gnaeus.
Although he was but a part of Nikedor, he was nevertheless a hero in his own right. Go with the rest, miss. I will catch up with you later. I would like to talk to Lord Gnaeus again. One last time.
Castorice picks up a piece of the Gnaeus fragments.
Lord Gnaeus.
Oh, that's a thumbnail. We have not been collecting enough of these. Been a lot more black screens than there have been actual CGs.
Lord Nikedor. Can you hear me? I know that your only wish right now is to rest in peace. But you are the only one with answers to my deepest doubts. So, forgive me for disturbing you. Please tell me, do you know where Thanatos is? I must find them. The half of me that I've been deprived of since birth. I must take it back from them.
Are you also like a fragment of a Titan or something?
I see. So even the Strife Titan has never seen death in the flesh. I will continue this arduous journey, even if I must travel to every corner of Amphoreus.
It's a shame that we don't have someone here to translate.
I understand. The Chrysos heirs will fulfill the promise we made, and see your unfinished work to its end. Such a peaceful end is not befitting of you, the bringer of strife into this world. But it's a good thing it's just me here. No one else can see what you look like in the final moments of your life. Poets will still describe you as an embodiment of madness and corruption, the god of war who incinerated all of their glory. Yet, at this moment, I am willing to send you into the gentle embrace of death, to a sweet land full of blossoming flowers. Farewell, Titan.
Rest in peace. Pour one out for Gnaeus. He was a cool dude. He was metal AF. Sometime later.
Aggie! They're back!
We completed the mission, Tribi. No broken limbs or severe injuries. Just a fiery Coreflame in the palm of my hand.
I can feel the Coreflame's warmth. Well done, Phynon. It has been far too long since Amphoreus last saw the birth of a demigod. Having you take Nikedor's place will surely invigorate the spirits of those in the Holy City.
Was he the best choice for it, though?
I want to be honest about this. I believe Mighty is the better candidate. He was once the crown prince of Kremnos, after all, and much of his lifetime was spent fighting alongside Nikedor. He is more worthy of the title of Strife than I am.
At least he acknowledged it.
You have thought much about this, sweet child. But there is one thing you overlooked. The qualities you've mentioned are very likely the reasons Mydeimos refused this Coreflame. I do not doubt his strength and talents. In fact, he must have imagined himself becoming a god 1,000 times over. But he turned it down because he does not want to lead his people down the same path again. So I will ask you once more. Have you made up your mind, Finan of Ides Elysiae?
Where are we during all of this?
I am ready for this. I will shoulder the burden of divinity alongside the both of you. I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices.
What are those exactly?
Very good.
This day has finally come, Snowy. You've been wanting this all along, right?
If the prophecy hadn't found me back then, I would still be roaming the world aimlessly. Right now, though, I live for the sole purpose of dedicating myself to the mission of the Chrysos heirs.
I never once doubted your resolve. This time tomorrow, the Chrysos heirs will gather at the Vortex of Genesis to surrender the Coreflame that once belonged to Nikador, the Lance of Fury. Remember, this is unlike the unchanging rites our priests perform. No one knows the true cost a mortal must pay to accept Strife's divine authority.
That is
Your
true.
road ahead is still full of uncertainty. Use this time to properly rest, Finan.
I understand. Until tomorrow, then.
It's 10 o'clock. So peaceful, as if nothing ever even happened. We were protected by two demigods after were protected by two demigods after all. There are others carrying the burden for them. The people of Amphoreus must have an extraordinary spirits to be able to enjoy their lives, even in such troubled times.
They have Aglaea and Tribios to thank for that. It is because of their protection that the citizens are able to enjoy peace.
Thank you for repeating the sentiments we just said.
Where did Mighty go?
He was exhausted, so he's already went back to rest.
Our victory might not have been possible without your help. I'm sure you've heard enough words of gratitude, but it's only right that I... Right! It would be the first time I thanked you, so... Thank you for your help, Miss Mem?
What's next for us?
Aglaea will gather us at the Vortex of Genesis this time tomorrow, where we'll perform a ritual to surrender the Coreflame. She only mentioned the Chrysos heirs, but if I invite you to, I'm sure she'll welcome your presence.
I'm sure she would. Is there anything we should know about the ritual?
From what Aglaea said, no one can predict what's going to happen, because each Titan's divine authority is unique. That's why I hope both of you can be there tomorrow. It'll bolster my confidence.
Fly on, buddy. We've got your back. Oh, we charge a fee for appearances. Sure, as long as we don't oversleep.
I'll be sure to send someone to wake you up then. The night's all yours, but get some rest before tomorrow's ritual. I should also take this time to sort out my thoughts. I'll see you soon, my friend.
You and Don Hung watch Finan leave the bath. Pick up on that? He seems troubled. Yeah, I did. I guess it's understandable how he's about to experience something extraordinary. The Titans may only be the local gods of Amphoreus, but a mortal ascending to something else altogether sounds like a lot to take in. We have a lot to think about, too. About time we consider ourselves, too. You're right, so much happened in a short time that we haven't had time to consider our own predicament. Our car's scrap. We've lost contact with the crew. And everything beyond the sky is taboo here. I'm gonna lose my login streak. I should have brought games we could play offline. I do have some old-timey games with me, but I doubt you'd be interested. Once Phaion's ascension ritual is over, we should start working out these problems of ours. For now, let's head back to the bath chamber to rest and gather ourselves. Welcome sunset thrice. Ugh, this just keeps going. Oh, there's something here. Exhaustion envelops you at this moment. No god of Amphoreus could pull your gaze away from this lounge chair. Are you sleepy? I can see your eyelids growing heavy. Go to sleep then. If you're tired, snoozy snooze. But isn't it always daytime in this city? How do you fall asleep like this? Wait, something seems off. Did you notice? Eep, I'll get embarrassed if you keep staring at me like that. Are there knots in my fur? Is it my ears? No, they seem fine, look. I can even flap them. You can say more than single words now. Wow, you can speak in full sentences. You're right, I am speaking in full sentences now. Wow, it feels amazing being able to speak fluently. Why do I speak in such proper, uncutesy manner? I mean, referring to myself in standard first person and all. Why aren't your words enunciated? Right, you noticed that too, huh? No fair! Heh, never mind, since I'm the forgiving type. Besides now, I'm a bit more used to it. I don't sound as bad. Wait, who are you really? So can you tell me about yourself now? I don't remember a thing about myself. Ugh, my head hurts. I have a feeling, though, as long as we continue to collect the fragments of memory scattered across Amphoreus, we'll be rewarded with something really, really good. How should I put it? Anyway. I just know that this world is very important to me. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm the protagonist here. So once again, it's all down to one gal and her dog. We're an ensemble cast. Then I'll be the protagonist's bestest sidekick. Was that a Paimon reference? Give me some more screen time, alright? I think I'm getting sleepy. Light feels so nice and warm. Even my first toasty warm. I can fall asleep any... I'll take a break too. Consciousness sinks into dreams. At the edge of the dreamscape, you hear a whisper. Open this book. I'll be waiting for you in the past. Light up the starry sky till the book appears in hands. Having learned Castrum Kremnos' past, now drop that strand of nameless recollection. Whose visage comes into view? Record Mydeimos' story in the empty pages. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories, as I've written. Amphoreus, a Saga of Heroes. A name bathed in blood. Chapter 10, The Last Prince Mydeimos. Among the soldiers there was a famed city-state, Kremnos, a place every warrior longed for.
There's no glory to be found in an accolade, only obtainable through slaughter.
To be crowned champion of the Kremnos festival was an honor only cream of the crop could obtain. His name is Mydeimos, the Crown Prince. Despite being a man of few words, his deeds traveled far and wide. His appearance extraordinary.
He managed to survive all of that?
Even the god of death turned him away.
Yikes. Oh, it's on auto. That's what's going on there. Taciturn man seated at the table, expecting to break the silence before a cup, a brim filled with crimson liquid. People considered it Kremlin tradition to stain their bodies with fresh blood. In popular legends, every body on the battlefield was taken.
Arrogant amateur historian.
He sees straight through my pretense, his gaze keen on piercing a lion's.
This is pomegranate juice.
The man scoffs. The reason it's called Wild Tale is because Castrum Kremnos has long vanished. When their god descended into madness, the city likewise became shrouded in fog. Rumor has it that during the final battle of Castrum Kremnos, this man, too, took to the battlefield. Cutting down countless foes, fighting in a sea of blood, he drove his spear through the heart of the enemy king. Yet the tip of that spear was directed at his own homeland. A chatter breaks out amongst the people, and a man rises to leave. The truth of the rumors he speaks only through his distant silhouette. Silhouette of a body that has withstood endless trials and faced death innumerable times, but bore not a single mark. Mydeimos, a hero of yore, now traitor of Kremnos. Saga composed. Last Prince Mydeimos. Complete. Flame Chaser's path has been lit. His home had long been covered in dust, like a perilous city named Kremnos. The man's past equally veiled in shadows, only his infamy as the Kingslayer is recounted in echoes. His immortal and woundless body barred all swords and blades, and also dispelled curiosity peeking gaze. Instead, look at his road, for that is the only way to scry into his fighting heart. He inflamed the path ahead with fire, and his road home shall be paved in blood. Interesting. Hey, lighten up. It's got you so serious. What's with the book? I have no clue. I was in a deep sleep. The next thing I knew, I woke up here. Since you're here too, does that mean... Did our hearts connect in a dream? Exactly. That's how cute. It's as if we're fated to be connected. Although I'm completely in the dark, I adore this story. They say dreams and veils cast by Rix. Could this be a gift from them? It appears that the Titan cherishes you just as much as I do. I get it, a bedtime story. Reading could be such a drag. I love bedtime stories. Please read one to me. I got a hunch that the beautiful star we just saw was the treasure that brings stories. In our travels ahead, we gotta be sure to encounter many more. So let's keep our eyes peeled and dive into reading together. We need to collect a ton of bedtime stories. Then, you can read them to me. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow. This book is dedicated to Chapter 10, The Last Prince. Well, you were having strange dreams somewhere else in Okama.
You should take this opportunity to rest, Lord Finon. The Coreflame ritual is tomorrow.
Today, tomorrow, what difference does it make? It's always morning in Akima under Catholi's protection. So long as the light continues to shine this brightly, I won't be getting any sleep. Why force myself to shut my eyes when I can instead take this time to calm my mind and gather my thoughts? That counts as rest too.
Have you thought things through, then?
Not at all. Everything's a jumbled mess still. I don't even know where to start. The Coreflame was blazing hot in my palm in the beginning. But it has completely cooled off now. I can barely feel it. Miss Castorice, does this mean I'm a good match for Nikedor?
I have no clue.
I don't quite get how it works, but if it's going to put you at ease, then I will say yes to that.
Thank you. That's the abyss in the distance. Oh, that reminds me of the question I didn't get to ask. Back in the temple with the Scales of Justice, when Orynyx was trying to deter us, why did you stop me, Miss Castorice?
Because I knew there must be another solution. Something more important than the fate of Amphoreus. It is far too cruel and unfair to ask that of you.
You should know that I would have gone ahead if Dan Heng hadn't come up with an answer in time.
Really?
I know. We should not have hesitated then. I stopped you before I even realized it myself. It's fortunate we had the both of them there with us.
Yeah. It's a good thing we had them.
Are you still thinking about the past, Lord Finon?
I don't know what his past is.
Every waking moment. I lied to the two demigods just now. I told them the duty of the Chrysos heirs is all I think about now. Do you think I managed to slip by Aglaea's golden threads this time?
Doubt it.
No one fools her, Lord Finon. She merely chooses to turn a blind eye to our lies.
What are your guys' real goals, then?
You're right. How foolish of me to think I got away with it. I often wonder if someone as ordinary as me can really become a hero. I thought defeating Nikedor would quell the voice of doubt in my mind. But it has only grown louder.
I don't have the right words for you now, but I know you're far from ordinary, Lord Finon. Mighty often calls you Deliverer in jest, but I don't believe he means it mockingly.
Yeah, I was wondering how he got that nickname.
I should probably shut out these pointless thoughts and empty my mind until the hour of the ritual. I did that before sitting for Tribios' history exam. Who in the world could hope to go over those piles of documents and slates? I decided I was better off resigning myself to fate. That way I'd get more time to play and practice with my sword.
How did you do on the exam, then?
Poorly.
My score? I don't remember anymore. All I remember is Tribi punishing me to a full week of cleaning the Chrysos heir's bath, and no one was allowed to help me.
So High Priest Tribi can be strict too. Please continue with this mentality, Lord Finon. I believe you'll be all right.
Thank you, Miss Castorice. I think I'll stay here for a little while and keep all of those unruly thoughts out. It's not like anything will come of them anyway. The sights of Aedes Elysiae, my homeland, have been flashing before my eyes lately. Those Kremnoans mastered some cutting-edge technology. If only I could separate my soul from my body too. That way I'd be able to fly my soul back to the comforting fields of my homeland anytime. That's the only place I can be momentarily at peace.
Marta's POV. Okay, I had theories about if we'd ever cut to her POV, just so we could check in on the outside world. Outside Amphoreus in the familiar corner of the cosmos.
An utterly adventure. Feel free to replace blank with whatever description you see fit.
Oh, come on.
I bet you're as curious as I am. So, what's going to happen next? Oh, keep it together. All that excitement isn't going to get you anywhere, you know? Why don't you follow me into another tale on the other side of the cosmos? Ta-da! Recognize this place? Herta Space Station. The base of a genius and the cradle of science.
Yes. Yes. We'll take a thumbnail of that just for the lulz.
Look at all these puppets! Aren't they dearly exquisite? Let's just say I've already heard many others secretly gushing. She looks so pretty on more than one occasion.
Yeah, you're right.
If you ask me though, they barely did justice to Madame Herta's beauty. Maybe just 10%. No, not even 1% of the real deal. Now, I'm no fawner here, just stating an objective fact. Remember this scene? Oh, it evokes so much emotion in me. The esteemed Madame Herta, Genius Society number 83, asking the great Noose a question. An attempt to gain a peek into the divinity's mysteries through them.
I'm just gonna click all them CGs real quick.
Alright, so continuing from where we left off last time, this is where everything would begin for the genius smart enough to rewrite the history of the entire
Fourth mirror? Who exactly are you talking to?
Fourth mirror.
Why, I was just ramping it up for our grand appearance, Madame Herta.
So a dramatic debut? But what are the odds of that happening? Sure, slightly plausible if I did manage to talk to Droid Head. But guess what's the problem? They have no reaction whatsoever.
Yeah, they kind of just stand there and stare blankly, don't they?
But look at this, Madame Herta. You're standing before Noose here.
Right there.
Oh, that? That's a hologram. What? I can't possibly summon the real Droid Head here, can I?
Oh my god. They really trolled us with that?
Wait, what? You mean to say you've just been reciting your lines before a hologram?
Yeah, creating dramatic value. Isn't that what you're most obsessed with? Moving on. Don't try, but you wouldn't even begin to imagine how difficult it is to send a message to Noose. And I went all out for it. Powering the audience system alone required me to reconfigure the energy supply of the entire space station. I had to switch it to hibernate mode before rebooting everything. Do you have any idea how much that costs?
A lot. I imagine a lot.
How much? How much?
I'm not in charge of finance. Go pose that to Asta instead.
Of course you would say that.
Oh, you don't know either.
I am Herta herself, the emanator of erudition, and a true blue genius. Why would I be holding the purse strings? That menial task is beneath me.
Boy, you are so flippant with things that probably matter quite a bit.
You're absolutely right, Madame Herta. The IPC should really be providing a genius like you with all that you require, so you can freely dive into any research that tickles your fancy.
They actually probably should be doing that, but they aren't. They're helping every now and then, though.
With that said, Herta herself, emanator of erudition and true blue genius. What do you plan to do now?
What else can I do? Identify what's malfunctioning within the audience system and fix it, of course.
Don't take offense to my candid words, Madame Herta. You may be proficient in many aspects, but is hands-on work really one of your strong suits? I humbly suggest for you to contact Stephen instead.
God, I can't wait till we get to meet Steven.
Contact him and expose how I shelled out a bomb to send a message to Droid Head, only to screw up everything else?
All right. I get it.
Good that you do. There. That's the audience systems terminal. Come, walk with me. We'll check what's wrong with it.
Aye, ma'am. Oh, but I can't walk. I can only float.
What's with your witty remarks today?
This is so weird. We're in the seclusion zone. Hey! We got an Eidolon just for story progress. Answers within mirrors. I can't believe this story is still going.
This is the audience system? Hi, it looks just like the simulated universe.
Is that why they're called audience dice?
Keen observation. They share the same fundamental logic and are pretty much identical in that regard.
Ah, I see. We call this referencing and not appropriation, right?
One more stupid remark from you, and you can watch Fifth Mirror reference your role because I'm going to be dropping you as my assistant.
Ah, so that's why it's fourth mirror. I thought it was just a sly reference at the fourth wall.
Focus now. The audience system is divided into 3 zones: energy supply, computing, and communications. Each zone operates independently and will only be integrated via the path of erudition when the system is booted. Sending a message to Droidhead involves more intricacies than you can imagine. If routine trials and maintenance on such an elaborately sophisticated system are already as bad as squaring circles, then it's no surprise for glitches like this to crop up.
I see. So, Madam Herda, can you use your professional judgment to tell which zone the glitch is in?
All of them, isn't it?
Of course. All 3.
God, I hate being right.
No sweat. They'll be up and running again after some simple technical tweaking. The 3 zones are compartmentalized, so we're going to have to troubleshoot them one at a time. Let's start with the energy supply zone. Get ready, and then we'll go over.
I'm just a mirror, Madam Herda. If you're ready, then your reflection in me will also be ready to go.
What is going on here?
Brr, why is this energy supply zone so cold? Brr, I'm already frosting up.
Why else? I've converted the energy core that supplies all of Herda Space Station into imaginary state and stored it in this zone. If not for the ultra-low temperature here, the space station would have long blasted up into the sky.
So you created a frozen space in a simulated setting to then store the power supply that powers said simulated setting. I'm just gonna hand wave that one away.
But aren't we already in the sky?
You're just a mirror? I don't need you to take on comic relief, too. Where did those things come from? Corrupted data? Reanimated systemic rust? No, not likely. It can't be the Legion's second ambush, right? Whatever. We have to get rid of them anyway. All right, stay close and try to avoid shattering to pieces. Madam Herda is a peerless gem. Madam Herda is an unrivaled genius. Madam Herda is an inimitable beauty.
Oh.
Never seen perfection before. Open sesame.
Oh, that was 3 achievements all at once. 4 achievements. 5 achievements. What is happening? Oh, that's...
Curiosity. Endless riddles.
Nothing but a bore.
Who invited you? Expand your thinking. Watch a chrono.
And Madam Herda never fails to impress. Those things are no match for you.
A piece of cake. Now that this place is cleaned up, let's set everything in order and move on to the next zone.
What's this, ma'am?
It's a memory bubble.
Looks like one of those memory bubbles. It's not worth that much attention. You'll find many more in other zones.
Is that so?
For killing bugs in a computer.
What in the... How did all these disgusting bugs get in here?
That's what we're here to deal with, the bugs.
We're going to need out-of-this-world computing capability if we hope to meet Droidhead. If we can't churn out calculations faster than a Yottaflop's computer, then we can forget about having them notice our existence. But computers with too high a computing capability tend to attract computing stings like them.
I just noticed she has a melted watch on her
from their progenitor,
outfit, like Dolly.
Ah, the mysteries of life. But even so, they can't compare to a talking mirror. A question on the side, Madam Herta? You have these powerful supercomputers and so, what are they normally programmed to calculate?
Simulated universe, I would assume?
Is that important? All that matters is that they work and are able to attract Droidhead's attention.
I suggest meeting Miss Asta for a chat when you have time.
Yeah. Clear the anomalies. Can I get them all in one go? Oh, they don't move. Of course they don't move.
Expand your thinking. Time to twirl! Curious, endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl!
Watch your head.
One down, 2 to go.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action. Curiosity, endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
There we go.
Time to twirl!
A little bit too powerful.
Yuck, yuck! Help me! Goo from those bugs got onto my reflective surface!
Clean up after yourself. Can't you just wipe it off with your hands?
They're a mirror.
Ah! Good one there.
With those annoying bugs squashed, we're done fixing the computing zone too. These computers will get up to speed soon. Now we're just one final step away from requesting an audience with Droidhead.
Our
What is
last
that?
stop is the communication zone?
Oh? You have a good memory. Let's go see what's wrong in that zone.
There's a memory bubble here too.
Why are you so interested in it?
Okay, I'll admit it. I find them somewhat creepy.
Something to do with remembrance is my guess.
What's all this? I didn't think your puppets would be in here too, Madam Herta.
Unsurprisingly, the communication zone is where a bridge for communication will be formed between Droidhead and the space station. Aggregating the path energy of the erudition, then firing a bond at the Aeon. This is as good as tapping someone on the shoulder who's sure to turn back to look at you.
Interesting.
Alas, our work is never this simple. Putting aside all that onerous legwork, a single glance from Droidhead could vaporize the entire space station if we're ill-prepared.
I see. So letting the space station go into hibernation is a protective measure of sorts. To prevent it from slipping into operational overload and turning into a scrap world?
Like Talia?
Very perceptive for a mirror.
Mirror C. And here. Mirror 2. No, I neither have eyes nor ears. This zone seems to be functioning fine. These puppets are doing their job and I don't see any obvious malfunction.
Things may look fine only on the surface.
Then what's wrong in here? Please elaborate.
Madam Herta, behind you. Huh? What does she want?
Let me take a look. This puppet should be number 2757.
Okay.
How did you tell?
Shh! Don't distract me when I'm checking the puppet's parameters. 2757. That's strange.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong? Madam Herda?
Boy, fourth mirror does... I don't even need to be here. Fourth mirror is just me.
The replica personality module is off. Well, that can't be. This parameter is set to be enabled by default. And the utterly absurd module has also been disabled? Something's definitely wrong here. I checked a couple days ago and made sure every puppet has it switched on.
The utterly absurd module?
The attack, anything, everything module.
No, wait. Why do you even have such presets?
Is enabled.
Oh.
Intruder detected. Threats. Come and help me, Mirror. Anything, everything, attack!
Man, her naming scheme is ridiculous.
These are mimetic remnants of the remembrance? So they were the ones that corrupted and tampered with the settings of my puppets? Expand your thinking. Time to twirl!
One and done.
Egad! What a close shave! But why are these remembrance memes even showing up here?
Probably because of all the memory removals.
That's not the only one. Look at them. Number 7631 and number 10136 are affected too.
God, the numbers of puppets go so high.
Can't you do a factory reset on them?
Sorry to disappoint. The Absolutely Not module has been enabled, so not even I get to bypass its permissions. Whoopsie.
What were you really trying to achieve with these creations?
Just some toys to amuse myself with.
That's the purpose of the puppets? Nobody tell them that.
Finding the source of the corruption can wait. These puppets no longer have use now that I'm here. Take them all out. Defective goods ought to be sent back to the repair center.
I urge you to go easy on them for the sake of the space station.
Remember when a puppet got broken and that made, like, headline news?
Is that it? I was expecting something bigger.
That's considered to be an elite? That's the elite float line.
Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours! Time to twirl!
I love how I've built my little mini Herda.
Open sesame. Time to twirl! Honored to meet me. Heh! Time to twirl!
Sure, I'll play along.
No manners, huh?
Expand your thinking. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
They're completely battered, save for their heads.
Yikes.
Well, never strike someone in the face. The same goes for puppets.
A memory bubble, tucked away this far in?
I think I know what this is about now. This is interesting. But we can leave that for later. Let's take care of the malfunctioning puppets first. Well, never strike someone in the face. The same goes for puppets. I'm picking up signals from more puppets somewhere further in. Let's go take a look.
This is so weird, and the story just keeps going. What could possibly be down here?
Number 0988. The pride of my creations.
This one specifically.
Should I even be curious?
Puppets before her were all as dull as brick walls, mundane and uninspired. I distinctly recall number 0988 being the first puppet I imbued with A magical surprise. Some other puppets that came later also got to enjoy similar privileges.
Good to know. But did anyone ask?
I did, just a little bit. Sorry, fourth mirror.
Fear not, Mirror. You have to remember that being a genius means you're destined to solve challenge after challenge. There's no time for rest.
Can I just be on the sidelines this time? Pretty please.
Swarm True Sting.
All in.
I think we're ready for an ult.
Curiosity. There's a danger. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl! Curiosity. There's a danger. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Time to twirl!
Watch your head.
Open sesame. Glimpse the unknown.
That was tough.
Oh, that was close. I almost shattered.
Don't be melodramatic. Working even a single brain cell of mine to take out foes like her is an outright waste of my smarts.
I take it we've taken care of the problems in all 3 zones? Does that mean?
Not yet. There's something else we need to deal with.
The eavesdropper.
It seems we've had a little tag-along all this while.
You've got quite the sharp eye, Madam Herta. Would you like us to help?
Sure. Go ahead and summon the whole team, Fourth Mirror. Considering the gravity of our endeavor, we can't allow a little thief to spoil the show.
The memory bubble.
Parasite of the remembrance. Do you truly think your atrocious disguise can outwit the keen sight of a genius like myself? Once you're reflected in my mirrors. You can forget about escaping.
Oh dear, this is bad.
Memo Snatcher.
Right, stay alive, and again, I can strive. Retreat into the memory zone for now. I can always regroup and try again.
Someone hasn't been paying attention. Didn't hear me, did you? With those petty tricks of yours. Do you actually think you can slip away right under my nose?
Herta. Madam Herta, wait. What do you want with me? I'll spill it all. The garden's secrets, and what they're after. Everything. Please, just spare me.
Why are you fucking with Herta in the first place?
Well, is that all you've got to say while your life is at stake? That's hardly worth anything.
And do mimetic entities have lives?
Need a little refresher? I am Herta, Genius Society number 83, the one to unravel the mystery behind the imaginary leakage phenomenon, and key holder of the imaginary implosion pulse. Do you honestly
Ooh,
believe
they referenced the
any
side quest
counsel
that we
from
did in Penacony.
Hush now. Keep quiet. This is my moment to shine, so just listen.
Saving that. Saving that. Getting all the images.
You crept in here to steal Noose's memories, didn't you? And messing with my precious audience system is just a ruse to lure me here so I can lead you to them. What a shame. You're only a step away from completing the mission assigned to you. As if. Truth is, you never stood a chance from the get-go. think I only have fourth mirror following me around? Oh, then you've let your guard down. Because her siblings have long been watching your every move. Now, let me think. What kind of punishment should I subject a brazen thief like you to? Oh, I know. You garden folk have a fondness for mirrors, huh? How about letting you enjoy some quality time with your favorite object? A mirror. As for the length of your punishment, let's keep it mildly punitive. How about 100th of a lifetime? That should be enough for some serious self-reflection.
Whose lifetime?
Oh, cheer up. You can still do your part for this world while trapped in a mirror. For all you know, your weak path energy could just help me get droid head looking this way. Oh, I should make myself clear. When I said 100th of a lifetime,
100th of yours, huh?
I meant my lifetime. At long last, we can finally be at ease now that we've nipped those problems in the bud.
Brutal.
This is yummy.
Oh, cut that out! Those weird noises make me seem like I've got a few screws loose. Put that little thief to sleep for now. We can decide her fate later.
Oh, sweet and venerable Madam Herta, when did your heart turn this tender?
The audience system has been rebooted. This is finally it.
Time to talk to Noose.
After all that I have done to reach you, droid head, you better not snub me.
Alright, here we go. Are we gonna get left on a cliffhanger? Probably, if I had to guess.
The path space. This isn't a figment of the simulated universe, but a perfectly tangible and accessible space. Right. Now's not the time to wallow in nostalgia. Droid head, will you answer me?
Madam Herta, we picked up some voices from the space.
First mirror.
Let me hear them.
Is that Noose?
Is this binary arithmetic? Could it be droid head?
No, this is a ha.
Wait. There shouldn't be a 2 in binary arithmetic.
Yeah, that's why I said this is probably a ha.
Is this some kind of prank?
The elation lingers near.
Herta, we're hearing those voices again. What now? What should we do?
Keep your cool, second mirror. What did they say this time? Play it again for me. Door? Locked? No. This isn't the voice of the path at all. What in the world is going on?
That seems very oddly specific. I think that might have been a movie reference.
Madam Herta, those lads outside seem to be discussing something interesting.
Which lads?
Want to listen in on them?
Third mirror. Stop that nightmarish cackle. It's giving me goosebumps. Wait. Did you say those lads outside? Could it be?
Why don't you listen for yourself?
Who is it? She fainted.
This isn't right. I'm sure we got intruders in the lab.
Wait. Wait. That's the Astral Express.
I'm not sure she'll be happy about it, but we've got some time to wait.
whatever you're about to do. No, don't even think about it. Whoever you are, you better not interrupt me right now. I must continue forward. Just a few more steps and I'll be able to see Droidhead.
Oh, so Mr. Yang is here. He's about to wake her up before we get there. That's gonna be hilarious when it happens. Fourth mirror?
Is something wrong, Madam Herta?
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking.
Madam Herta? I think you'll want to listen to the voices from beyond this space.
I'll leave it to you then, Mr. Sunday.
Wait, what are they up to?
Pardon me, Madam Herta.
Oh.
Is this
the harmony?
The harmony? Ridiculous. Hoping to stop me with such cheap parlor tricks. Not a chance.
She easily dispelled the resonance with her subconscious mind. As expected of an emulator.
Voices of Path 2.
Something else we can try?
Presumptuous fellow. Who are you to interrupt Madam Herta's experiment? Let's ignore them and keep going. We haven't seen news yet.
They're gonna interrupt us.
Forget it, Mirror. Let's just leave.
Leave? Surely you're not suggesting we stop the audience experiment right now. That's beyond all reason, ma'am. We went through so much just to get here. And now we're just one step away from making contact with the Aeon themselves. Please! You know how insanely costly it is to reboot the audience system.
But if I were to ignore those two intruders and continue onward, when Droidhead casts their gaze upon the space station, the blast of energy generated in that instant is sure to burn them to a crisp. Experiments can always be repeated, but humans cannot be brought back to life.
You say that, but the dead will return.
Oh, Madam Herta, so selfless and kind. I am truly a lucky mirror to have found the best possible master.
Enough! Don't use that nauseatingly fawning tone on me. Looks like I'll have to abort this prematurely again.
Also, you could have just talked to them when they contacted you.
But mark my words, Droidhead. I will be back for you.
Madam Herta? You're finally awake.
Oh, you two? Oh. My plan is ruined. And it's all thanks to you.
Your plan? My sincerest apologies, Madam Herta. We weren't aware this was a part of your plan. The space station was in complete darkness when we arrived, so Sunday and I assumed something bad had happened. We continued further into the space station, hoping to find the cause of the blackout, and that's when we chanced upon your actual self.
How did you get in?
Space anchors, I'm assuming.
The door wasn't locked.
Door wasn't locked!
All right, fine. I am a person of reason, after all. You're not to blame for this. I am familiar with Mr. Yang at the Astral Express. But the one next to you?
Mr. Looks like Madam Herta doesn't pay much attention to cosmic news.
Please pardon my manners. It is unbecoming of me to forget the most basic of courtesies amid all that has happened. My name is Sunday, and I'm just a passenger of the Express.
And this, unremarkable passenger happens to be a Harmony Pathstrider? Do you take me for a child? In any case, I don't suppose you came all the way here just to check on how the space station is doing?
No.
Well, we were worried for a moment there. But it's good to know the space station isn't in any kind of trouble. We're here because of Amphoreus, Madam Herta.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, something occurred to you?
No! I've told Himiko everything I know. Nothing about the world sounds right. Droidhead has cast their gaze upon numerous worlds in the past, and every one of them is etched in my mind. So how could I possibly not know about it? Perhaps those garden folks lied to you. Anyhow, I've looked up the name Amphoreus in the simulated universe. Though clearly irrelevant results have already been filtered out, there's still an unbelievably long list of generated results. Something about how the divine Amphoreus team will swap out their current crest emblem for one in King Babaru's likeness in the next season. I hope that can be of some help to you.
The what? In the what? Hang on, what?
We may as well take a look at it.
I still don't get it, though. Didn't the Astral Express already depart some time ago? Is that world so incredibly spectacular that it warrants this return trip?
Well, that's because we're caught between a rock and a hard place. If Amphoreus is indeed inextricably entwined with Aeons, paths, and even the erudition, we're going to need the wisdom of a genius to help us, especially now that we've seen the planet for ourselves.
Elaborate a little on this rock and a hard place you're caught between.
We've lost all contact with two indispensable companions since they entered Amphoreus. And that's not all. One of our other companions is suffering from a serious and inexplicable affliction.
Yeah, March 7th. Oh, we're going right back to us? This story keeps going? Oh. Can's private bath chamber. Good think you're finally up, or that giant's light is gonna give you a sunburn. They've been this excited for a while now. What did you feed them? They don't seem to need food. Says who? I'm still a cute tiny animal, alright? Come to think of it, I don't remember when the last time I ate something was. Forget it. You can skip the translation. I can somehow tell that none of your chatter is meaningful. It's almost time. Crisis here should be finishing up their preparations for the Vortex of Genesis. Let's go witness the Coreflame's return when you're ready. So what are these? Crystal floats by the silent midair. Goodness knows when it first appeared. Give it a tap with your bat. And the next second, a strange feeling spreads across your chest like a rising tide smacking you in the face. You remember anything you experienced in Amphoreus and those non-existent memories that you witnessed there. When the tide of memory subsides, you discover that a few shattered crystal shards lighten motionlessly in your hand. Hear the bright. Is this the gift of destiny? These are the memories when I lived down hung in the bath chamber. I never thought I'd see them again. The memories here are incredibly vivid. You can recall the life you left with Don Hung and Amphoreus and convert them into a fixed amount of memory crystal shards. Refreshes at the beginning of each week. Huh. The desert artist created 6 moons before being piled into layer 7. The fact that by creating Amphoreus' weekly cycle. Perhaps at the start of the new week it'll gain luster and shine again. Interesting. So this is a weekly something. I don't even know what it does.
I'd like to take in something new before returning to the coffin.
We're finally to start the Coreflame's trial.
Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
That doesn't sound good. It really doesn't.
Your guests are here, Finan. We can begin the ritual now.
I thought he was gonna send someone to wake us up.
Lord Mighty isn't here yet.
It's fine, Miss Castorice. He spoke to me already. I told him he should be nurturing his wounds, and that he shouldn't be worrying about all this comrades once-in-a-lifetime ascension ritual stuff.
All right.
So, I'm ready to begin.
Teacher, show him the way forward.
Okay.
Despite the myriad dark and endless nights that have gone by, the guidance of the prophecy is nevertheless as clear and bright as the first ray of dawn. Overthrow the gods, it declared. Restore the Coreflames, it declared. Bear the divine authority, it declared. Forge miracles, it declared. O prophecy, forgive us for this late tribute. We, Chrysos heirs, have striven to start the flame chase journey anew over these myriad nights. The seeds we sowed have finally yielded a good harvest. The seventh Coreflame needed for the miracle that once belonged to the great Lance of Fury,
7 out of 12.
shall now be returned by an elected hero of the Chrysos heirs. An upstanding citizen, a valiant warrior, and a noble soul. Please step forward, Finan of Ides Elysiae. Recite with us.
Okay.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans,
pillars of the world,
we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world.
Fill
our bodies with the blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
Surrender the Coreflame, Chrysos heir.
Press and hold to submit. Okay. Into the chalice it goes. Seven out of 12.
The Lance of Fury's constellation is illuminated.
Do you feel different?
Why is the vortex this silent? Was it also like that in the past?
Patience, Finan. Do not make us question this decision.
Lord Gnaeus? I'm afraid he's not the person you know, Castorice. That is a manifestation of the prophecy, an echo of the Titan's divinity. It is here to examine the Titan's successor.
Darn, I would have liked to gotten more of a speech from that guy.
Mortal, who wishes to inherit my divine authority. Your strength and character have been thoroughly tested. Yet your will wavers. If you are to inherit Nikador's relentless fight against the unspeakable Black Tide, you must accept a trial of divinity.
Oh, here we go.
Prove that you possess an indestructible will, and vanquish the fears deep in your heart.
Vanquish the fears in my heart. So be it. No matter what obstacles you plan to put in my way, I'm ready to overcome them.
Why do I get the feeling this won't be easy, and it's gonna make this even longer?
For our prophesied tomorrow, I will become the god Amphoreus needs.
I'm glad that I took a nap before I started this stream.
Come with me, Finon of Ides Elysiae.
In fear, you shall abandon your mortal body, and in suffering, be reborn as a god. Wait for my return, my friends.
Cutscene? Oh, he's gone.
Lord Finon is gone?
He's in the chalice?
He has stepped onto the battlefield to fight a campaign that can only be won by him alone. All we can do is wait and have faith.
Level cap, 11 to 20. What does that mean? What level cap just went up? Oh. It means the basin.
I pray you truly are prepared, Lord Finon.
You spoke to him?
Yes. There was hesitation in his words. The manifestation of the prophecy must have seen this. It saw Lord Finon's heart wavering. Wherever he is, whatever he is fighting, I pray he makes it through this test.
Me too. Because people want to pull for him in a few patches.
Finon steers his own fate. If he can conquer his fear and return as a demigod, we will be one step closer to the miracle that the prophecy promised.
What if he fails?
That would mean his time hasn't come yet, and that there is a more arduous mission for him to see through. You must have noticed by now, every Chrysos heir here bears a flaw of sorts. Be it the curse of immortality, or the constant erosion of their humanity, or... But not Finon. He is a Chrysos heir without flaw. A perfect vessel for divinity.
I don't agree. I think he's hiding his flaw.
There will come a day when he leads everyone we have left, through the gates of the miracle.
Alright, Jenin. You're asleep? Looks like she fell asleep. Presiding over the ritual must take quite a toll.
No. Will succeed.
Still too late, huh?
Oh wow, you showed up. Finon said you weren't coming.
The constellation of the Lance of Fury is already illuminated. That must mean...
The Coreflame has been surrendered. The Lord Finon's test isn't over yet. The prophecy sent an ambassador. They acknowledged Lord Finon's strength and character, but had doubts about his strength of will. He must conquer his fear and prove himself to the prophecy.
I was right to be worried. I want to formally thank you, outsiders. Were it not for your aid, our campaign against Nikador would have been 100 times more arduous.
You would have had to destroy an invincible body. Talk is cheap. Isn't it nice to be polite?
Kremnoans revere strength and military might. But that does not mean we lack etiquette.
Dave, what do you mean when you said you were worried?
They don't know yet? That guy has always been tormented by his past. I may not be the right person to tell you about him, but you must know his past if you are to continue fighting alongside Finon.
Lord Mighty, please allow me.
Alright. Finally, we're getting put in the loop.
Before he was chosen by the prophecy, Lord Finon had everything taken away from him.
I kind of figured as much.
His family, his close friends, everything he once swore to protect.
Cool. So what about the stuff we don't know about him?
He became a hollowed shell in his youth, and the blazing flames of vengeance were the only thing sustaining him.
Ah, so he wants revenge against something or someone.
The prophecy gave him a new mission, granting him a new life as a Chrysos heir. But which is more important to him? His new mission, or his desire for revenge?
Probably revenge. That's my guess.
I'm afraid only he knows. No. Perhaps he himself is still struggling to get to an answer.
I acknowledge his strength, but fear is something not even the sharpest of swords can cut through. I hope you've toughened your resolve, Deliverer. Only a will as tough as stone can shatter the darkest nightmares.
Oh!
Is something wrong?
Finally getting to see you!
Don't keep me in suspense. Come on, tell me already. What did you see?
Young Finon.
I just wanted to get a reaction out of you. Alright, I'll tell you. This card is the Deliverer.
Deliverer? What does that mean?
The interpretation is really long. Maybe I should just skip it. All you need to know is, this card means you'll be a hero, worshipped by all. You will protect this world and save lots and lots of people from scary enemies with your sword. Do you like the sound of that?
Who are you?
But...
What's the matter? This is a good card.
But I don't want to be everyone's hero. I just want to stay in this village with everyone I know. Grandpa and Grandma said the outside world is full of bad people. That's why they're always at war. Who wants to save bad people like them? I can be a hero, but only our village's little hero.
Well, little hero, if the day comes for us to say goodbye to ID Silicii, could you become a deliverer then?
Ida Silicii. So the place that he's from is a reference to Elysia from HI3 for sure.
Do I...
They've said the name a few different times, but it's only now that I'm putting that together.
Mm-hmm. If something like that happens, someone will have to save the world.
Then I'll...
I'm just teasing you. Don't worry. ID Silicii is a peaceful place. Bad people won't reach us here. Are you going home already? If you're not in a hurry, should we go play with the fairies again?
Fairies?
Oh, fairies! Okay, I love playing with them. I'll win back the wooden sword I lost to them.
You lost the wooden sword to fairies?
Look at how excited that got you. Let's go then. May this world never have need for a deliverer.
Kinda sounds like Kaylee Mills, but I'm not sure if it is Kaylee Mills. Ah, I should have taken the thumbnail of that. I forgot to. Oh well. some system hours ago aboard the Astral Express. Pom-Pom, have you prepared meals our meals already?
Of course the food's ready. March isn't feeling well, so Pom-Pom has specially prepared the conductor's special bland meal that'll be easy on her stomach.
Ugh, my stomach is upset already imagining it.
Can you bring it to her, Himiko?
Gladly. Why don't we also get her,
No coffee when she's already feeling unwell.
I guess you're right. Alright, Black Swan. What are you up to? March, I'm coming in, okay? That's not good. She's turning back into 6-phased ice. Black Swan, where are you? You're supposed to be watching her.
I'd like to take in something new before returning to the coffin.
And we get another thingy. Nameless recollection. At dawn-kissed city-state, the hero from the Outlands joins the ranks of the Flame Chase. Generations fall like leaves. Oh, we get to write a few more of these. Flame Chase people, forgotten stories, as I've written. Ooh, there's a pink feather there. That's our quill. That lost voyage. In Amphoreus, untitled statues are prevalent. As for the inspiration behind these statues, they are said to be the clay figures that Kofale made, the world's creation. They made clay figures in their likeness, bestowed upon them the breath of life, and allowed golden divinity of their blood to course through. Thus, the very first mortals roamed the earth, receiving the god's mercy, while realizing the sorrows of this world. In front of a statue, the people of the holy city beheld a man, Phainon of Aedes Elysiae. He never spoke of his origins, using only this name to nonchalantly identify himself.
That's not really his name, is it?
People cast sidelong glances at him, their minds swirling with doubt. The man merely responds with a breezy smile, neither confirming nor disapproving their speculation. Phainon is a soldier, one with divinity coursing through his veins. Responding to the Gold Weaver's rally call, he traveled long and far to reach the Holy City, eager to bring light to the hero's path.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, where life too seems as small as a speck of dust.
Ballads reach him through the breeze as those soft voices meant for him, and he responds in kind.
No matter. My existence is of little consequence.
Aedes Elysiae, the man's hometown, shrouded in secrecy, just like his past. Some have searched for that distant village, yet it found neither written about nor passed down through song. In every nostalgic reflection, the man crafted a vision of paradise with his exquisite poetry. Yet within ancient texts of the Holy City, the history of that frontier village remains more obscure than the days to come. In the far-off future, the land of Amphoreus will bear the marks of the hero's footsteps. With sword in hand, the man will inscribe the eternal mark of the Chrysos epic. Yet his real name may never be heard in this world again.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
Some, too, losing themselves at the very beginning of their journey. The Nameless Hero. darling in a fallen bloom. I see a sword that grants death, a shackle of destiny. Next to a silver-haired girl worshipped at Demise's hollow. The sword stained with unknown blood, lying shattered and snapped. The shackle chained pale, wrists dotted with thickening rust. The priest asked with a shaking voice, upon whose fingertips will the butterfly perch. The girl never answers, like death itself, wreathed in silent solemnity. People often say that dying is to meet the palm of the hand of shadow, and dreaming is to be brushed by the fingers a little. In the mirages the girl petted death, she sees black waterfalls foaming and bellow, pouring down from the chasm in the sky, where the solitary tower withstands torrents solemn. When she wakes, she can still feel the waters freezing and the cacophonies billow. Like the wail of the dead, the howl of beasts in confusion, delirium, and clamors hollow. The girl's embrace is not meant for the living. Thousands have entered the eternal sleep in her arms, granting to the dead solace and dignity. So she mentions a ferocious warrior, feared in battle.
She did not go with a smile, but to me she cursed. Oh, life's end, how ugly you are, how despicable.
From that day on, she adorned herself, her dress, white as a radiant moon, became always dotted with flowering petals.
For if death cannot be avoided,
so says
I
the
wish
girl.
it could contain beauty more plentiful.
Among the manifold rites about death, the one she knows with most intimacy are burial rites. One burial of unfamiliar countenance after another, wherever she presided. From the angelic visage of a babe passed in the cradle, to the despairing eyes of a mother drowning in sorrow. From the scars of the war-battered general's torso, to the unending tears pouring from his bereft widow. Yet she remembers not a single living human she had seen. Even in the mirror, she thinks her own face strange with alien glow. In the countless words buried in forgetfulness, the only thing she manages to glean is a mockery to fate, a sarcastic whistle.
Stay alive.
When she cast aside the shackles and stepped beyond Idonia, a deja vu most violent seizes her whole. Did she perchance conduct some previous escape? Illusions dance across her eyes. She had once drifted in an endless river, then drove her single boat out of the deluge. She had wandered in the battlefield, covered in corpses, then recovered the path to life. Why must she escape over and over again? She knows the answers and quivers, for it is ludicrous surmise. The woman embodying death walks this world only because she knows she must stay alive. But alas, the time she knows not that death is... Hey, I was reading that still. Death is not the end. It is only a butterfly landing on the withered branch, utterly meaningless, profoundly trite. Alright. Oh, we get two here? Seam of the thread of cloth. Okema, the city of warriors, looks back upon the marching towards the battlefield. The holy city, the sanctuary of all citizens. just as the poets of the City of Sun.
The epitome of magnificence, unbounded benevolence.
And the beauty of the Holy City is like Aglaea herself, dressed in finery, and noble birth. She is the dressmaker of Okema, the one who weaves the golden threads.
But there's one thing she'll never be able to achieve. She will never be able to produce something seamless.
I think we know who that voice is. That was the assassin lady. Golden threads quiver. A gentle wind rustles by her ear. She maintains her silence. But others fan the flames. Is that so hard? Her scissors and rulers are better than any garment maker, sculpting forms as perfect as the gods themselves.
Lady Aglaea, grace our eyes with your most elegant creation.
Ingratiating words do not sit well with me, nor do duplicitous machinations.
Her gaze flits across the stoa, equally regarding every member of the public. They used to wonder, how exactly do her eyes perceive if something is beautiful or not? As with the holy city that's perpetually bathed in light, how do people tell apart cozy mornings and frosty nights? For the weaver, the answer lies in her golden threads. Golden threads of the goddess of romance now serve as her hands and eyes. The colors of the world intertwined in undertones of human hearts come flooding toward her. The golden threads are no less prideful than the master they now belong to.
As long as the thread has form, it is enough to craft seamless finery.
Be it stitched finely and tightly, or cut cleanly with a single stroke.
Hardly a challenge. None of these pose a challenge.
The rhyme rolls off seams like soft sigh from the lips. The one who weaves gold gazes past me, fixated on something much farther, the network of threads that entwined all between the heaven and earth. The only challenge is that she relentlessly dedicates herself to weaving the fate of Okema into a flawless, seamless outcome. Act concluded. Next act, we got a second one for her. A long line stretched across the square, merchants, shopkeepers, and even high society elite, all lined up together without distinction. At the head of the line was the path to Aglaea's abode. It is the Holy City's fashion trendsetter. Is the Holy City's fashion trendsetter going to reveal her newest masterpiece?
She's about to get rid of her failed pieces!
Now I see why the Holy City is free of worries. Even as the end nears, they're still obsessed with lavish clothing.
New to Okema, a visitor from elsewhere ends up utterly bewildered at the sight. It is said that a family of priests who worship Menestia go way back with the Weaver. But her impeccable gift for weaving isn't meant to serve anyone's pursuit for pleasure. What was once a sacred duty was misunderstood by the beauty-obsessed who mistook fallen shreds for priceless treasures.
Are flawed creations really still worth the people's adoration?
The Weaver shakes her head. She seems to have forgotten something. It is precisely the flawed hero who walks ahead of the crowd, who casts a long shadow over the world and who strides towards everlasting daylight. There are nevertheless people whom the Weaver is willing to sew and tailor for. Her conditions are beauty sharp as a blade, and the pursuit of beauty.
Me! I want to be showered with a thunderous ovation, and lots of flowers.
A melodramatic poet speaks out.
I want to stir her emotions.
The voice of a blushing young boy.
Do I fit the bill?
My
My sister and I are refugees from the Abyss. I want to get a pair of shoes for her.
A seated child speaks up next to him, a barefooted girl, staying silent with her head kept low. Unfortunately, gold threads are willful things. They are never swayed by sympathy or pity. A tense, worried look surfaces on the young child's countenance. The specks of dirt on his face brought back memories of a past encounter. Go.
Go to the 3 children in the city.
As messengers of Giannis, they will bring him the shoes he longed for. Let's look at those messengers of Giannis now. Another 2-actor. In the corner of Okema, the newly arrived traveler stops for a moment. He rubs his eyes.
1, 2, 3? There's 3 identical children?
The 3 children have differing smiles, one beaming, one shrewd grin, and one smiling serenely. Yet each of them looks just as mysterious as the other 2.
Stranger, welcome to the Holy City. We will show you the way forward.
Tribios. This name has not been mentioned for some time. Only elderly priests of the Yanosopolis know the true significance of this name.
High Priest, please guide us once again as we spread our wings on this long journey.
As music from his hometown plays, the smiling children gather around the old man. They wish that the twilight breeze will carry away all tales of sadness. The end times loom like a dark cloud, hanging over the Holy City's residents and shrouding them with worry.
Hello, do you need our help?
Like torches dancing in the wind, the children illuminate the alley. They wipe away the women's tears. The babies sleep amidst whispers. On the windowsill of those in prayer, their light footprints remain. The citizens call them
the 3 pillars of Okema.
Yet they simply shake their heads.
There's no need to be so somber. How about we play a game together? Guess who we are?
The 3 soared and landed in front of the townsfolk.
You're Trian.
No, we're Trinin.
Trinin is the quietest of the trio.
Are you Trinin?
The young girl asks.
Wrong. We're actually Trian.
Trian is the most spirited of the trio.
Then you must be Tribi.
You're right.
Right. Good job.
Tribi is as enthusiastic as she is adorable. It matters not whether they are the trio apart. Of most importance is their sincere smiles.
We will show you the path to take.
Children fly ahead, guiding the lost back to the main road. So you literally show people the right path to take?
You're lucky. You merely took a wrong turn.
The children flew before me. It was rare to see them so quiet.
However, there are many more unfortunate souls who have lost their direction in life.
Next act. There was once a dying soldier on the battlefield who wished to bid farewell to his lover in a distant city far away. The child leaned to the soldier and said nary a word, as she listened to his final words of comfort. As for the other 2 children, they were in the city beside a bed upon which the woman was lying eternal rest, waiting uncontrollably. Not only do the 3 children share each other's senses, their souls are also interconnected. When one is filled with grief, the other 2 will burst into tears as well.
Perhaps we should tell you some happy tales instead.
The child wipes away her tears of reminiscence.
Our greatest talent is performing Amphoreus' nursery rhymes.
But those nursery rhymes have been told over and over. Any literate child could recite them by heart.
How rude!
The child gently flicks my forehead.
You should be reflecting on the nursery rhyme author's heartfelt intentions instead.
In this lush land by gods chosen, giants raise their glasses in a toast. People commonly see the children riding on enormous flaming torches. looking like shooting stars blazing through the holy city.
How dangerous!
An old man worriedly wishes the children to stop.
Not Trinan.
The quiet child shakes her head.
That's Trian!
The exuberant child raises her hands.
Stop nagging.
The mischievous child pouts.
Can't I just play with something I've created?
Every child in the world loves to play, and Tribios is no exception. Every child in the world is afraid of pain, yet Tribios tries to act tough.
Initially, there were many more of us. The others have merely gone one step ahead.
I don't like the sound of that. The children swore they were already adults, yet when they carelessly hit the city gate, they cried out in pain together. The tripartite prophecy is but a distant ritual, and the Chrysos War a painful dream. Echoes from the Gate of Infinity occasionally jolt her awake, and the distant travels of her identical sisters sometimes inspire uncertainty within her. A new journey only begins when the previous one comes to an end. Despite time marching forward endlessly, the children always manage to stay true to their hearts. They are all that remains of one another. Well, yeah, I've been wondering, did you used to take breaks during your travels? Yeah, I did. No, Trailblaze never rests. Some things are beyond my control. Such a profound statement. I feel Amphoreus' hectic days are winding down. That's fine. Life is about destined paths and unexpected adventures.
Mem.
There might not be new stories for a while. They'll be in the next update. What book? Is this another book? Yeah, you lost me again with your words. For these enchanting tales, I'll wait right here in Dreamland. You'll come back, won't you? Thank you, listening can. Telling stories always brightens my day, even if it's not a daily treat. I look forward to it. Until next time. Well, I was about to sign off, but I feel we have finally acquired pretty much everything important. And on that note, I think we have an E6 remembrance. I will read what these do all at some point, or I will just watch Braxophone's guide again. Another character to build, a whole mess of stuff to reward. I have no clue how I'm gonna fucking divide this up when I put it on YouTube. But when I eventually do, I'm probably going to have to chop it up a lot. So thank you everybody who stopped by. This has been a long and painful journey. Painful, because it's actually hurting my back, as I constantly have to gamer lean in. I still have to play the... I'm gonna have to edit this. I'm gonna have to edit all of this. I still have to edit so much tonight. It's 11:55. Trump gets sworn in like a few hours. Anyway, see you all next time. Stay safe. Look forward to Genshin content in the near future as well. Who knows? Maybe 3.1 will be out by the time I finish uploading and editing all these. So long.